I got an email from Phil, which was not our Phil, just Phil, another Phil that's tried out the course. And I thought I'd share it with you guys here with his permission, of course. He says, "G'day, Luke. I must say thanks for sending the ebook." So by the way, this ebook is Mastering Mandarin in the Modern World. It's a big ebook. I think is it 93? It's 193 pages, I believe. It's definitely 93 or 193. It's been a while since I wrote it. But it's got a ton of useful material. Even if you're on our course, you've made it quite a way through, there's lots of stuff in there. And you can find it on our website. Just go to the resources section and you'll find it there for free. And he says, "Which I've now read and found very informative. While I have found myself initially excited at the thought of embarking on this greatly anticipated, although sadly very delayed dive into actually learning Mandarin spoken and written forms, I am also fearing the Hansa movie method, but I'm going to give it my best shot by starting today on the 14-day trial before embarking on the full course. Married to a Hakka Chinese lady who was born in Papua New Guinea, but educated as a boarder in Australia. We met at a hospital in Australia where we were both nurses. She was taught kitchen Cantonese. That's the first time I've heard this phrase, by her parents who spoke it both extensively at home but never received any formal training. But yeah, kitchen Cantonese, that makes complete sense. In that context, what that would be. And her parents always ridiculed her when she tried to sign birthday and Christmas cards to them, but would get the characters backwards or in the wrong order. When our children were born, we would try to use some common forms of Cantonese with them, which they understood, but as they grew older, would say, "Please don't talk to me in Chinese," and avoided giving out their Chinese names on forms or documents, as the local kids would make fun of their names. I was born in Merseyside, England, moving to Australia in '76 when I was 17. I insisted that our kids would have a traditional English name which we would identify and a Chinese name provided by her parents, as I strongly feel they need to be aware of their cultural history from both sides of their parents. Yeah, I did the same thing. I named my son George, probably the most British name you could find. But a very cool thing about with George is that because my mother-in-law, my wife's mother, wanted a son but never got to have one. She had 3 daughters, and the family name Yang only passes through the sons, right? Otherwise, her daughters, basically, the Yang name has been replaced by the men they married, and so she's always, she gets to be. Now with George, because I don't mind, I don't care about what his last name in Chinese is. They can have what they like. So he is Yang Zheng Yan. Zheng Yan is like correct speech or honest, upright speech. And her mum was just so happy that she got to have Yang. It's technically going to be passed down through the ages. So. Just a little tidbit for you. I spent the last 26 years working for an international medical company as a product manager, covering initially the total Asia region, India, China, and all countries below them, which was then whittled down to the Asia Pacific region and then the Australia and New Zealand. During this time, I traveled extensively to each of the countries, picking up a few words where I could to improve the relationship with the customers and employees in each country. Spending no more than 2 weeks in each country made it difficult for consistency, and with so many languages involved, I've taken my wife on holidays to China several times, including once with my mother-in-law so that she could visit Beijing, Chengdu, Shanghai while she is alive. We even located her family village in Guangdong, which she was elated in finally visiting. She was also born in Papua New Guinea. And now I need to finally knuckle down and earnestly learn Mandarin so that when COVID is eventually under control and we can travel again, I can do more than simple greetings or barter in the markets with locals without the aid of a calculator. Having also been made redundant just over 12 years ago, I feel that the same. Some fluency with Mandarin, both spoken and written, can only enhance my employment opportunities, although I know learning the technical terminology as it relates to medicine will be a larger undertaking. I need to start biting into that elephant. Never heard that phrase either. Many thanks again. I hope this email has aided your insomnia, Phil. Yes, thank you very much, Phil. It's a very nice letter, and I assume you mean you're trying to say it was boring. It was not boring at all. It's great to hear this. And yes, there's no chance that learning Mandarin would ever be a bad idea, especially in your situation with so many reasons. You have, of course, romance, connecting with your family, travel, you have career, you got all the reasons, you're ticking all the boxes, so it's a lot of motivation for you. And learning medical names, terminology, sure, I mean that's an Anki deck, flashcard deck that you could create for yourself, but you have to master the foundational characters first but it's not as hard as you might think once you've got that foundation under your belt. All right, so thank you very much for that, Phil. Really appreciate it.
Hey guys, if you like this video and you'd like us to help you reach literacy and fluency in Mandarin Chinese as fast as possible without all the headache of traditional learning methods, just head to mandarinblueprint.com to learn more.